Hi everybody, it's Carol Ann again from Roaming RV, and as you can tell, my computer still isn't fixed. So I'm using these crazy earbuds, and hope you'll bear with me. Today we're going to talk about whether it's too late to start full-time RVing. Some people get to an age where they think maybe they're beyond the age of getting out and exploring an RV. And it's a dream of full-time RVing that they've had for years. And some of them ask, is it too late? And my answer to them is a definite no. Sometimes we have dreams and plans for the future, and we put them off for a variety of reasons. Okay, maybe it's that you don't have enough money, or the kids are still dependent, or maybe just when you're ready to go, your elderly parents need you, or maybe you want a great big motorhome to live in a lifestyle that you'd like to get accustomed to, but you can only afford a small travel trailer. It really doesn't matter the reasons that you put it off. Actually, making the step, becoming full-timers, is the one that's important, okay? Sometimes all we do is keep dreaming and planning, but at some point, you have to make a step. And sometimes what it is you get a wake-up call telling you that if you do have dreams of such as full-time RVing or anything else for that matter, this wake-up call tells you it's time. You either do it now or you may never do it. And a couple of weeks ago, we had our wake-up call. I had to call an ambulance for my husband because he got really sick, actually very sick. And before I go any further, he's fine, he's recuperating, and we're carrying on with our lives. However, what it really showed us, and me in particular, that things could change in the blink of an eye, just in a second. And if there's things you really want to do, maybe you should get serious about doing it instead of putting it off till someday, because sometimes someday may not come. You may not have an opportunity. My dream, or our dream, is becoming full-time RVers. We were full-time RVers in the past, actually twice. We have full-timed and absolutely loved it. Me in particular, absolutely loved it. And we always have plans to get back on the road as soon as possible. But after the medical scare that we had a while ago, I think we'll be doing it much sooner. Because, you may not have an opportunity sometime in the future. For some reason, life seems to get in the way of dreams and hopes, and before you know it, you're back in the thick of mortgages and responsibilities and life's challenges, all kinds of things, right? And your dreams get put on hold. And that's what's happened to us in the past couple of years. Me in particular, my dream of full-time RVing has got put on hold. And I think it's time to activate that dream again, okay? And you have to realize and think about how important are your dreams. And yes, there's some of us who just like to dream, and that's okay. They're happy with their dreams. But there are others like myself whose dreams of getting back on the road kind of almost eat up your stomach. You want it so badly. And I loved full-time RVing. I loved the freedom of it. I didn't have to look after a yard. I didn't have to shovel snow in the winter, which right now I think I have about 2 feet out in my front yard. And I didn't have to stay in one spot. And it gave me and us, my husband and I both, an opportunity to get out and see the world and see different things. And that's what traveling of any sort is all about. And RVing, full-time RVing is about that too. It's getting out and seeing new things, experiencing new activities, meeting new people. To me, that's what it's all about. Plus, I really like the RV community. And the people I've met and connected with during my travels have been fantastic. And when I hear from some of them and they tell me all about their adventures and travels, I'm really happy for them. Trust me, I am. But I just wish I could be part of the excitement. So it comes down to priorities and what you really want to do. And if you really want something, you're the one who has to make it happen. You can't leave it up to someone else thinking your dream, because remember, it's your dream. It may not be somebody else's. It's not just going to evolve. It doesn't work that way. Once you decide what it is that you want, then the planning process comes into effect. So, planning for full-time RVing. What is it going to take to become full-time RVers? Is there a certain amount of money that you think you need? Do you need to purchase an RV? Maybe you don't even have an RV. Maybe you've never RV'd before. So you have to do some research, and you either have to take off the dust off the current RV, or you have to start shopping around and figuring your budget and buying an RV and figuring out what you need versus what you want. Okay. Can you do this in the immediate future? Can you set a goal and maybe a year from now, if you plan correctly, that you can get out on the road? If money is a problem, can you work part-time while you're traveling to supplement your income? Or can you travel and work and create an online business? There's a lot of people working from their RVs, whether they're doing a consulting business, whether they're selling online, whether they're offering services online. There's all kinds of things you can do from your RV. Or if you're not a computer person, maybe you can, there's jobs in campgrounds. There's all kinds of work. It doesn't even have to be RV related. Maybe you can just do temp work wherever you are. So if you need to supplement your income or create an income, you have to figure out what you need, not versus what you want. Okay, figure out what you need in the way of an income and how you're going to get it. Is it through pensions, savings, income, the sale of your house? Know what it will cost to full-time RV and how you can reduce your costs if that's important. Figure out how you can reduce it. Okay. Full-time RVing can be much cheaper than living in a regular house, but depending on what you need or want, it can be just as expensive. It requires a budget. Okay, if you haven't already registered with my site, I recommend that you do at roamingrv.com. Sign up. You'll get a free report on budgeting, what all is involved in budgeting. But the tricky thing is you're going to get a spreadsheet so that you can figure out your own budget. There's already numbers plugged in. All you have to do is replace your numbers with the ones I've got in there just as samples. And you can play around and figure out what it's going to cost you and figure out what your budget's going to be. Okay? One of the problems too is downsizing. Your dream may be to get out full time, but you don't understand that you're probably going to have to get rid of everything. Okay? It's hard. It's a very hard thing to do. Go from a regular house with everything that goes with it right down to a shoebox. Because that's basically what you're going to be living in, is a shoebox. But it can be done. We've done it. Actually, we've done it a couple of times. And I understand and I know how difficult it is to get rid of those mementos from your past. But maybe somebody else in the family would enjoy them. Or you could take photos of them and use them as screensavers. Okay? Another thing that you might consider is storage. If in doubt, store your things for at least a year. Especially if you're not sure if you've got a dream of full-timing, but you're not 100% sure and you want to test the waters, put all your stuff in storage for a year. Okay, then reevaluate after the year, because you may surprise yourself that you absolutely love this lifestyle and all those things that you've been paying a monthly fee to look after really aren't important. And maybe it's time to get rid of them all. Okay, so I could go into a lot of detail about the process of becoming full-time RVers, but I think it's not about the process, but more about making the decision. Is full-time RVing what you dream of? Then if it is, I suggest you get started before you get a wake-up call like we do, or did a few weeks ago, and it's too late. So once again, it's Caroline Quabell with roamingrv.com. And I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.